My child, listen closely. I have not come to entertain you. I have come to save you. Today, I received a grave revelation. Someone very close to you, someone you trust, is being manipulated by the enemy to harm you. Traps are being set, far more dangerous than you can imagine. If you are not vigilant, this could lead you into despair, deep sorrow, and even spiritual death. Do not underestimate the danger. What seems like just another problem is, in truth, a carefully orchestrated attack. Hidden forces and strategic plans are being deployed to bring you down, exploiting weaknesses you don't even realize you have. They study your steps, observe your reactions, and already know where to strike. But I, the Lord, have come today to give you vision that pierces the darkness and reveals what is hidden. If you're hearing this now, it's because you've been chosen to receive this warning. This is no coincidence. It wasn't an algorithm. It wasn't luck. It was my hand that brought you here. And if you want to remain under my protection, subscribe wherever you're hearing this message so that none of my words are lost to you. Leave a like, not as a casual click, but as an act of agreement with this prayer, a sign that you choose to remain under my covering. And write in the comments with all the strength of your spirit, God is my fortress. When you write, it's not just a comment, it's a declaration of war against the forces trying to destroy you. It's like raising the banner of my kingdom and telling the enemy, not here. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal is even more serious. Signs have already been given to you. Perhaps you haven't noticed them. Subtle gestures, changes in behavior, different glances, all of it is part of a plan being formed against you. Pay attention, my child. What I will show you now will open your eyes. The signs are already there. Some are subtle, nearly invisible, but if you look with the discernment I give you, you will recognize each one. It begins like this. People who once rejoiced in your victories now fall silent when you succeed. They don't comment, they don't celebrate. It's as if something within them cannot bear to see you happy. That silence, my child, often speaks louder than 1,000 words. Then comes the shift in tone. They speak to you, but not with the same lightness. Their words are heavy, sometimes sarcastic, sometimes falsely concerned. They aim to plant fear, doubt, and insecurity. And if you're not firm, those seeds will take root in your mind. You'll also notice small delays, missed connections, and confusions that seem accidental. But I tell you, many of these accidents are calculated distractions meant to pull you off course and delay your victory. The enemy knows that if he can wear you down, it will be easier to convince you to give up. And there's something deeper, conversations that happen when you're not around, decisions made about you without your input, whispers and exchanged glances that fail to hide the truth. Don't ignore these signs. I'm not revealing this to make you paranoid, but to keep you alert so you won't be caught off guard. Understand this, my child. Not everyone who comes near you is there to uplift you. Some come to drain you, weaken you, and leave you broken when you least expect it. But if you walk with me, none of them will have the power to destroy you. So hold on to this word. Watch and pray. These two actions together form spiritual walls that prevent the enemy from advancing. Write in the comments, I am under God's protection. That declaration, made in unity with others who believe, creates a movement in the spiritual realm that drives away the forces surrounding you. Stand firm, because in the next moment I speak, I will reveal what the enemy fears you'll discover, and that revelation could turn the battle in your favor. Now, my child, open your ears to something many ignore, the silence that screams. Sometimes, danger isn't in what's said, but in what's left unsaid. Silence can be louder than any shout. And I tell you, the silence from certain people is a warning sign. There are those who look you in the eyes and say nothing, yet carry thoughts they don't dare confess. There are those who smile, but never speak a word of support when you need it most. That emptiness, my child, is a strategy. It's how the enemy tries to isolate you, making you feel alone, abandoned, invisible. Pay attention. When you share a blessing and someone responds with a lifeless, "Oh, that's nice," I show you a divided heart. When you need comfort and receive cold silence, it's not just a lack of time, it's often a lack of truth. And I, the Lord, see the hidden intent behind that silence. That kind of silence tries to suffocate your confidence, erode your self-worth, and make you doubt even my care. But I come today to break that spiritual blockade and tell you, I hear you, even when no one else wants to listen. My voice does not fall silent and my presence never leaves. Even when people ignore you, my spirit moves around you, breaking barriers that try to make you give up. Hold this truth. The silence of those who don't celebrate with you is as revealing as the words of those who criticize you. Don't keep ignoring that sign, because it's in that silence that the enemy hides his next move. I will give you discernment to see who is truly by your side and who is merely pretending. If you're receiving this word now, it's time to open your spiritual eyes. Subscribe now so you don't miss what I will reveal next, because the revelation doesn't end here. And leave your like as a prophetic act, declaring that your life will no longer be deceived by manipulative silences. Write in the comments, "My God, reveal what is hidden." Because when you write, you welcome the light of God into the most concealed places of your life. And prepare yourself, because next I will speak of something even more dangerous, the poisoned gift. That which arrives wrapped in a beautiful bow, but carries a venom that could alter the course of your story. Not everything offered to you is a sign of love or friendship. Some things come wrapped in pretty ribbons, sweet words, and seemingly generous gestures, but inside, they carry a burden, a debt, or even a spiritual bond you should never accept. The enemy knows that if he presents raw poison, you'll reject it immediately. So he disguises danger as a blessing, hoping you'll lower your guard and accept it. Remember, it was something seemingly harmless that deceived Eve in the garden. The fruit looked beautiful. It seemed pleasant. But what was hidden changed everything. Today, my child, there are fruits placed before you. They may be opportunities, favors, gifts, invitations, and at first glance, they seem like doors opened by heaven. But I tell you, not every open door is mine. Some are traps custom-made for your weakness. I see when someone offers you something, not to bless you, but to control you. I see when a gift is given with expectations that go against my ways. I see when something is placed in your hands to create emotional debt, so that later you won't be able to say no. And my child, if you accept the wrong gift, you'll be opening a door the enemy will use to influence major decisions in your life. Pay attention to the signs. If the gift comes with glances that measure your reaction, be watchful. If you feel a heaviness in your heart upon receiving it, don't ignore it. If it comes from someone who has already shown envy or deceit, don't be fooled by the pretty wrapping. My child, I'm not telling you this to make you live in fear, but to help you live with discernment. When I give you something, it comes with peace. But when the enemy offers something, it brings restlessness, anxiety, and often an invisible chain. That's why before accepting anything, ask me in prayer, Lord, does this come from you? Because if it doesn't, no matter how beautiful or advantageous it may seem, it will cost you dearly in the end. The enemy is patient. He plants the trap today to reap your downfall tomorrow. If you're receiving this word, it's because I love you too much to let you accept something that will harm you later. Subscribe now to continue receiving my guidance and protection. Leave a like as a sign of agreement with this warning, and write in the comments, I only accept what comes from God. When you declare this, you build a spiritual wall between yourself and the enemy's traps. Stay with me, because what I'll reveal next is even more subtle and dangerous. The advice that kills. Words spoken as if for your good, but capable of cutting off your destiny at the root if you follow them. Not every piece of advice you hear comes from my spirit. Often, people close to you, those who claim to want the best for you, are being used as instruments to divert you from the path I've laid out. Words can be as powerful as a sword, and the wrong advice can sever the thread of your spiritual, emotional, and even physical life. How many times have you been told to give up on your dreams? How often have you heard, "That's not for you, it's too hard," or "Others are better suited for that role"? My child, those words are not just opinions. Many times they are disguised traps. Voices trying to bury your hope, weaken your faith, and convince you to abandon what I myself placed in your heart. I know the enemy uses fear, envy, pride, and insecurity to influence those around you. He sows doubt through the words you hear, hoping you'll lose your way and make poor decisions. And the worst part? These words are often spoken with such affection, such sincerity, that you don't know whether to believe them or not. But I teach you to listen with your spirit, not just your ears. When advice brings unease, anxiety, or fear, be cautious. If it doesn't draw you closer to me, but instead pulls you away, it did not come from my kingdom. My child, I urge you, learn to discern. Don't accept words from someone who doesn't pray for you. Don't follow advice that makes your heart feel small, that steals your courage and hope. Seek my voice above all else. Consult me in prayer before acting, even when the advice seems wise or popular. I am the God of the impossible, and my plans for you are greater than any human opinion. Don't let someone else's fear become your prison. Don't let discouragement from bad counsel stop you from reaching the destiny I've prepared. If you ever feel confused, remember, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Return to me, seek me with passion, and I will give you the clear direction you need. Write in the comments, I choose the voice of God. Declarations like this break chains and open doors of blessing. Now, my child, I need to open your eyes to something that may seem small but carries immense power, something many ignore until they feel its consequences. The cold handshake. It's not just a physical gesture or a simple agreement. A handshake given without prayer, without discernment and without my blessing, can be the gateway to dangerous alliances, alliances that, to human eyes, seem normal, even necessary, but spiritually are open traps for the enemy to enter. How many times have you made deals or formed partnerships without consulting me first? How often have you accepted promises and associations without laying them before my altar? That, my child, is a risk you can no longer afford. The enemy delights when you trust in rushed alliances born of pride or desperate need. He takes advantage of your good intentions and your desire to do right, sneaking in quietly. Once inside, he begins sowing discord, confusion, and tearing apart everything I've prepared for you. Remember, I am a God of order, peace, and purpose. Any alliance not aligned with my plans carries a shadow. The cold handshake is a symbol of that shadow, a commitment that seems solid but actually binds you, limits you, and corrodes your spiritual freedom. I want you to know you are not alone. I am here to teach you when to say yes and when to say no. Don't be afraid to reject agreements that don't bring peace to your heart. Don't be swayed by pressure or fear of rejection. The true covenant that strengthens you is the one you make with me, in the silence of your heart, in sincere prayer, and in total surrender. When you walk with me, my child, no cold handshake will have power over you. Now I ask you, before any agreement, pause and pray. Ask me, Lord, is this alliance your will? My answer will be your protection against what comes disguised as help, but may be destruction. Write in the comments, I am guided by the light of God. Declarations like this strengthen your soul and drive away darkness. My child, now I need you to be alert to something few can see, yet it's always present. The shadow that follows you. It makes no noise, doesn't shout, doesn't announce itself, but it's there, close by, watching your every step. It's an invisible presence walking in the shadows of your life, waiting for the right moment to act. That shadow represents the forces of evil that pursue you relentlessly, the traps the enemy silently places in your path. Even when everything seems calm, when you smile or rest, that shadow doesn't leave. It observes your habits, knows your fears, and tries to anticipate your weaknesses. And often, you don't even sense its closeness until it's right beside you. But I, the Lord, am with you to expose that shadow. I want you to know, you are not an easy target. I've given you the gift of discernment to see beyond appearances. So listen to me. If you feel a heaviness in your chest without a clear reason, a restlessness with no obvious cause, it may be that shadow trying to harass you. That shadow seeks to steal your peace, your joy, and your hope. It whispers lies meant to make you give up, to fill your mind with doubt, and to make you question my presence. My child, I am the light that dispels all darkness. When you call upon me, that shadow flees. The key to confronting that shadow is to remain steadfast in prayer and faith. Every word you lift to my throne becomes a barrier against evil. Every act of love you practice weakens that hidden presence. And every time you trust me, even when you see no way out, you are winning the invisible battle. Do not let the shadow paralyze you or lead you down dark paths. When you feel weary, remember that I am your refuge and your strength, always ready to help you. If you're hearing these words now, it's because I want to strengthen your spirit against that shadow. Subscribe now to continue receiving my light and protection. Leave a like as a spiritual armor that covers you, and write in the comments, "The light of God covers me." This is a powerful declaration that draws my presence to guard you. My child, there comes a moment in your journey when you must understand that not all praise strengthens the spirit. In fact, some praise is a disguised trap that can weaken your soul. I want you to hear this with an open heart, because it's a truth few can see. The kind of praise that weakens is like a gentle breeze that, instead of refreshing, scatters seeds of pride, vanity, and distraction. When someone praises you in a way that makes you feel superior to others or overly comfortable, take it as a warning. That kind of praise shifts your focus away from me, away from your true purpose, and binds you to a false image the enemy uses to mislead you. How many times have you heard, "You're the best. No one does it like you. You deserve it all." And in the silence of your heart, you began to believe you were above the calling I gave you? Be careful with words that inflate you, because pride is a dangerous path that destroys humility. And without humility, there's no room for my grace to fully operate. The enemy knows that when the heart is filled with vanity, it loses sensitivity to truth. That's exactly what he wants. For you to forget who you truly are, to resist correction, and to isolate yourself in empty self-confidence. True strength comes from humility, from the awareness that without me, you can do nothing. But it's not only prideful praise that weakens you. There are also those who praise you to manipulate you, to make you do what they want, to use your gifts and influence for plans that are not mine. That kind of praise is bait. It seems sweet at first, but its goal is to trap you. I, the Lord, want you to learn to recognize the kinds of praise that lead you away from my path. When praise creates emotional dependency, when it makes you seek human approval more than mine, it is not from God. When it convinces you to act without discernment just to please others, be cautious. You are vulnerable. Keep your eyes fixed on me, not on the reflection the world wants to show you. I see beyond the surface. I see your heart, your struggles, and your true worth. What I value in you is not appearance or reputation, but faithfulness, humility, and perseverance. If you ever feel that praise made you forget to pray, made you feel bigger than you are, return to me. Confess your fragility and allow me to renew you. Only then will you be strong enough to face the challenges ahead. Write in the comments, "I am humble before God." That declaration is a fortress for your spirit. My child, today I come to speak to you about something that has been silently stolen from you, your time. Not just the hours that pass before your eyes, but the precious time I gave you to fulfill your purpose on earth. The enemy knows that if he can steal your time, he can delay the blessings I've prepared for you. He uses distractions, empty worries, false urgencies, and even toxic relationships to divert you from your path. How many times have you felt the days slip by without doing what truly matters? How often have anxiety and worry stolen moments of peace and pulled you away from my way? That stolen time does not return. Every moment wasted on things that do not build your soul is a lost opportunity for growth and victory. But I don't want you to despair, because I am a God of restoration. There is still time to recover what has been taken. The first step is to ask me for wisdom, to discern what is truly urgent and what is merely a distraction. Learn to say no to what doesn't draw you closer to me and to the purpose I have for you. Remember, time is a sacred gift, and I call you to use it wisely. Every minute spent in prayer, meditating on my word, helping others, is time invested in your spiritual growth. Every moment spent in anxiety and worry is stolen time, and I want you to take back control of your life. I know the world around you tries to lead you down paths that don't lead to eternal life, but I give you a choice. Reclaim your time, dedicate yourself to what truly matters, and I will renew your strength. Do not let the enemy continue stealing what is too precious to lose. If you're hearing this word now, I invite you to make a commitment. Subscribe now to continue receiving my guidance and protection. Leave a like as a sign that you've chosen to value your time and your life, and write in the comments, "I take possession of my time in God." By declaring this, you affirm your decision to live with purpose and focus. Not every feeling of peace comes from me. Sometimes the enemy creates a false peace, a deceptive silence, a calm that tricks you into lowering your guard. He knows that if he makes you feel too secure, you'll relax. You'll stop watching, stop seeking my presence. That false peace is a trap. It's like a fog that covers the path and makes you walk in the wrong direction without realizing it. It whispers, "Everything's fine. You don't need to fight. You don't need to change. Stay where you are." But I, the Lord, want you to know, when my peace is in you, it brings fire to burn what must be burned, and light to reveal what is hidden. The peace that comes from me is alive, active, and full of discernment. It doesn't let you settle. It strengthens you to face challenges and remain firm, even when everything seems difficult. False peace paralyzes you, traps you in illusions, and opens space for the enemy to act. Pay attention to the signs of deceptive peace. When you feel a strange calm before a problem arises, when comfort leads you to stop praying fervently, when you ignore the warnings I give through the Spirit, the Word, and the prophets, do not let that false peace deceive you. Keep your heart vigilant. Keep your prayer constant. Always seek my true presence. Only I can give the peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that remains even in the storm. Write in the comments, "I choose the peace of God." That declaration strengthens your spirit against every illusion. My child, now I need to open your eyes to something many don't perceive until they feel its sting, the smile that deceives. It's not harsh words or obvious gestures that wound the most. It's the disguised smile that hides dangerous intentions. The enemy knows that when he hides his malice behind a smile, you lower your guard and trust. That smile is like a shining mask that covers the face of deception, betrayal, and falsehood. My child, how many times have you been deceived by people who appeared to be friends? Those who looked at you tenderly, embraced you, and spoke sweet words. Yet behind that smile hid the desire to harm you, to tear you down, and to steal what I gave you. I want you to know that I see beyond the false smile. I know every heart, and nothing escapes my gaze. The smile that deceives is a slow poison. It corrodes your trust and steals your peace. It creates doubt, confusion, and leaves you unsure of who is truly with you. That's why I give you discernment, so you are no longer a victim of deception. Learn to look beyond appearances. Observe actions, attitudes, and the fruit people produce in your life. Don't let a sweet smile blind you to the truth. When someone flatters you excessively or tries to win you over with exaggerated kindness, stay alert. Not everything that glitters is gold. I teach you to trust in me more than in people, because my presence is the only safe place where your heart can rest without fear. When you're uncertain, seek me in prayer. I will show you who is a true friend and who is false. If you're hearing this word, I invite you to an act of courage. Subscribe now to continue receiving my protection and guidance. Leave a like as a spiritual shield against deception, and write in the comments, "I see with the eyes of God." This declaration opens your spiritual vision to truth. Do not ignore the messages that come to you in your sleep, even if they seem confusing or hard to understand. I speak to you even in the darkness of night, sending signals through recurring dreams. When a dream repeats itself, it's not mere coincidence. It's an urgent call from your soul and my spirit to pay attention. These persistent dreams are like alerts, warnings that help you see beyond the veil of everyday reality. They carry clues about approaching dangers, decisions you must make, or truths you've been avoiding. My child, know that these dreams are not meant to frighten you, but to protect you. Don't reject or forget them. Many dismiss them as imagination, fear, or anxiety, but I tell you, they are seeds planted by my hand to prepare your heart and mind. They are invitations to rise with courage, to face what's coming with faith and determination. When you wake from a recurring dream, seek me immediately. Speak to me in prayer. Ask for discernment to understand the message I'm sending. I will illuminate your understanding and give you strength to act according to my will. Remember, I never allow you to face life's dangers alone. Even when you feel vulnerable or lost, I am always by your side, guiding you along the right path. If you're hearing this word, it's because I want you to be prepared for what is yet to come. Subscribe now to continue receiving my direction and protection. Leave a like as a symbol of your decision to stay alert to the signs I send, and write in the comments, "I am attentive to God's dreams." By declaring this, you open the door to greater revelations. My child, we've arrived together at this moment of deep reflection. I've spoken to you about invisible shadows, disguised traps, destructive advice, deceptive smiles, and dreams sent to save you. I've revealed that the enemy is watching, trying to steal your peace, your time, and your faith. But above all, I want you to know one thing. I am greater than all of it. I am your unshakable strength, the light that never fades, the love that never abandons. Nothing you've faced, and nothing you will face, is beyond my power to transform and restore. Today, I invite you to make a decision. Choose to walk with me, even when the winds are strong and the nights are dark. Choose to trust me, even when fear tries to take hold of your heart. Choose to lift your voice in prayer, even when doubt whispers that there's no answer. Because I promise you, when you truly seek me, I respond. When you surrender your path, I guide. When you give me your fear, I give you courage. You are not alone. I am with you in every step, every tear, every victory. My love never fails. My grace sustains you. My spirit strengthens you. If today you choose to renew this covenant, declare with faith, Lord, I trust in you. I surrender my life, my path, my dreams, and my future into your hands. Be my strength, my light, and my refuge. And always remember to comment, I trust in the Lord my God, to declare your faith. Write it so others know you are no longer alone, that you've chosen the true life, the life I offer you. Now, my child, rise with renewed courage. Don't let anything steal your peace or your hope, because the future I've prepared for you is filled with victories, miracles, and transformation. I bless you, I protect you, and I love you deeply, today and always. Final prayer of surrender, protection, and renewal. Lord, my eternal and faithful God, I come before you in this sacred moment, acknowledging your sovereignty over my life. You are my safe refuge, my unshakable rock, the source of all my strength and hope. Beloved Father, I surrender every fear that dwells in my heart, every doubt that paralyzes me, every shadow that tries to extinguish the light of my faith. I reject every trap, every deception, every word that does not come from you. I release anxiety, deep sorrow, and every feeling of abandonment. I ask you, Lord, stretch out your mighty hand over me now. Protect me from the hidden forces that seek to lead me astray. Guard my mind, my heart, and my spirit so I won't be deceived by false promises the enemy uses to destroy me. Renew my faith. Strengthen my courage. Ignite within me the flame of your unconditional love. May I walk with discernment, light, and firmness, knowing you are always by my side, even in the most difficult moments. Lord, grant me wisdom to recognize traps, humility to accept your correction, and perseverance to never give up in the face of challenges. May I be a vessel of peace, love, and truth in a world that desperately needs you. Father, I place my future in your hands, trusting that you have plans of prosperity, hope, and eternal life for me. May your peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard my heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for never abandoning me, for being my protector and faithful friend. May your presence accompany me every day of my life, and may I reflect your love to everyone I meet. In the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ, I pray and declare victory, restoration, and blessings over my life. Amen.